I'm going to bring in an old friend, Daniel Yergin, IHS Markit Vice Chair and author of the new map. Dan Yergin, it is good to see you. As always, we never have enough time, but it's a pleasure. Look, I just want to read from your op-ed piece in the Journal. Even if all Russian pipeline exports through Ukraine were cut off, U.S. exports could make up the difference. We can cover, as you call it, use our spare capacity. Now, that's a very important thought, sir.
Well, it is. I mean, one of the things that's really different from even a few years ago is the growth of U.S. LNG. This year, the U.S. is going to become the largest exporter of LNG, and it's a very serious source of natural gas for Europe and really a counterbalance to Russian gas.
And Europe, you know, we just had Senator Kramer on, Kevin Kramer in North Dakota, and he was making a point that Europe has terminals, and the terminals have spare capacity. In other words, they could take the LNG that we export. But, Dan, I got to ask you, the Biden administration is running, anti-fossil fuel policies. Will the administration let us use up our spare capacity and solve the world's price problem?
Well, right now, because of this vast movement of LNG that was destined for Asia now going to Europe, because the need is there and the prices are there, actually the capacity of most of those LNG receiving stations or regasification facilities are pretty booked. But Europe needs more, and the country that needs to build 2 of them is Germany.
Right.
And I think we're going to start to see some activity on that. I think we have to regard this LNG and this whole shale revolution as a geopolitical strategic asset for the United States. And that's what we see playing out today.
Yeah, and as you said in your op-ed, it was very clever. You asked Putin a question about shale, and he went nuts. He doesn't seem to like shale. Why do you think that is, Dan Yergin?
Well, it was, I'll tell you, being shouted out in front of 3,000 people by Vladimir Putin, not nice. But having said that, I mean, afterwards, I thought about it. He realizes that U.S. LNG would compete with Russian gas in Europe, and he realized that the U.S. this new position that we have as an oil exporter and a gas exporter, and the fact that we're virtually self-sufficient, gives us a whole new dimension and freedom in foreign policy. And this was several years ago. He saw it coming, but it's only now that some people recognize how important this asset is to the United States. And without U.S. LNG right now, lights would be going out in Europe.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's why, look, all I ask, turn the spigots on. I don't want the administration to stop the spigots. I want them to turn the spigots on. We're the greatest industry in the world. Anyway, Dan Yergin, we'll get you back and talk some more about spare capacity and why Putin doesn't like shale. I get that.